This is going to be a fun little video. The premise of the video is that I will be reviewing some of the bad emails that I've received in the last couple of days when I was hiring for the role of video editor and graphic designer at my company. My goal is to just take you through those emails, talk about what makes these emails bad, what can be fixed in these emails, and how these emails can become much better. The goal is not to troll anybody, but the goal is to make sure that by the end of this video, you will be able to write cold emails that do not suck. And if I happen to display one of your emails that you have sent me, please do not get triggered because I'm not going to be trolling you. I'm just going to be talking about some of the insights as an entrepreneur and as a creator. So you get something actionable out of it and you are able to write great emails after watching this video. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. Okay, so first email is by the guy named Abhiraj. Now, this is a well-written email. There is a portfolio link. There is not a portfolio link, obviously, which is the bad thing about this particular email. And what this person basically have done is that he has sent me some samples of thumbnails from one of my existing reels. Okay. Now, the problem is that even though I appreciate the effort, the work that he has sent me is just not good enough. Okay, if you think from the thumbnails point of view, there is no brightness in the thumbnail. It all looks very dull. There is no readability in the thumbnail. So the person clearly do not understand the fundamental basics of thumbnail. Now, rather, if this person would have sent me his best work, the chances of me replying back to this email would have increased significantly. But he has sent me some bad designed thumbnails. Okay, and I'm not blaming the person. Okay, maybe this person is just getting started. But the point that I'm trying to put across over here is that if you do not have relevant raw files with you to create a free valuable resource for somebody you're reaching out to, rather do not create a free resource. Okay, send them your best work with a sweet small email and ask them for raw files so you're able to create better free resources for them. That's one takeaway from this particular email. Okay, so moving on to the next one. Another one is from Yugraj Agarwal. The problem with this email, I don't know if you can notice, this is not that it is not readable. Okay, me, my team, or anybody in the world who is busy for that matter of fact and have to review hundreds of portfolios whenever they are hiring, they need an email which is very crisp and it is easy to read. This particular email just put a lot of stress and strain in my eyes, and there is a lot of resistance for me to go through this email and figure out exactly what the person is trying to tell me. So what I'm basically finding in this email is where is good work. Okay, and there is just one video which is even renamed very abruptly WhatsApp video, right? So it gives me that perception that yaar, video would not be of great quality. And apart from that, there is one attachment of resume. I do not care about resume. Anybody who will be hiring you in this creative world do not care about your resume. All they care about is the work that you have done. Okay, so that's those are some of the problems with this particular email. There is no white space and there is just one big paragraph. So there is nothing clear and there is a lot of resistance for me to be able to go through this particular email. So that's email number 2. Another email is this from Savio Francis. The problem with this email again is that there are 5 pointers, which is great, better than the last email. But the problem is that every pointer is first of all very descriptive, very big, and there is no white space between every pointer over here. So even if you just add some white space between these pointers, the entire email would become easily readable. But right now there is again a lot of resistance for me and my team to go through this. So usually they would just kind of skip the part of it. They won't read exactly what's put over there. And they will just go to the portfolio. They will have a look at the portfolio and the portfolio is not good enough. They will skip the email. What I'm trying to tell you is that do not increase the resistance for the person who is receiving the email. Make it short and crisp. Also, if you see the subject line, it's just way too big. Okay, so this subject line is not visible before I click on the particular email. Okay, you cannot see the entire subject line. Okay, it's cutting off. So you need to make sure the subject line is also very short and to the point. Again, bad email, very big, too much resistance for anybody to kind of go through this and kind of, review this and basically maybe kind of shortlist this. So the next one is from Samarth. Now Samarth have written a great email. There are some links as well. But the problem with this particular email is that he's like, okay, so sir, honestly, I'm not much experienced in this editing field, etc., etc., etc. Okay. So if a person is looking for somebody expert, is hiring on an urgent basis, the person do not have a time to take a good, hardworking person and train them. I just want to pay money and get the best work in my hands. That's what I'm looking at. And almost everybody is looking at that, okay, unless you are ready to work for free. So the problem is that you are kind of positioning yourself as somebody very immature and somebody who's just starting out. So you might end up wasting the person's time if they decide to hire you. And that's why emails like these do not get shortlisted. So rather, what I would suggest is go to your desk, put in more work, more hours, learn the skill, whatever you're trying to learn, get really good at it, create a great portfolio, and then reach out to the person with expertise, okay? Position yourself as somebody who understand what he or she's talking about, okay? So your emails shouldn't sound desperate and should not sound beginner friendly or kind of an immature, okay? So that's what is wrong with this particular email, and that's why we were unable to shortlist this particular email. Okay, another one is from Shashwat. Again, this is a very long email, even though, the person has put in a lot of efforts to kind of, bold everything here and there and kind of make everything very readable. But if you really go through this email, no, you will see the person using the word me a lot rather than you, okay? So what sets me apart, okay? You will see a lot of time the person is talking about himself. And the problem with that is when you're reaching out to somebody, you want to say anything and everything from the perspective of their life, okay? How you can become selfless and talk from the perspective of how you can help them and how you can bring value on their table. That's the problem with this particular email. And it's also very big. If I'm looking for somebody urgently and my team is looking for somebody urgently, we would just go through the email, we'll see where the portfolio link is, okay? So do not write irrelevant words, okay? The longer your email is, the more resistance there is. And if there is resistance, people would just skim through this and they would basically, kind of archive the particular email. So make sure that you are highlighting portfolio, your work, because that's the most important part. Everybody is looking for good work. Nobody is looking for what achievements you have done in the past, okay? So those are some of the problems with this particular email. If I talk about this email, this is, I don't know, abruptly written. The text looks grayed out, so it's not readable properly. And if you see this link over here, I can't click this link, okay? Nobody is going to copy paste your link, okay? Again, you're increasing the resistance. Resistance is the word. The more you lower the resistance, the easier it would be for people to consume your email, and it is easier for them to basically reply back to you and kind of shortlist you, right? So keep in mind that you're, keeping these small things in consideration. The text is grayed out. I mean, come on, like I'm not going to be able to read it properly. So it just gives me the perception you do not care about writing this email, right? That's the problem with this particular email. Another one from Amrit. Amrit is basically, kind of is doing a favor on me because the subject is his website link, which is bad. Like you can't do that. Okay, your subject line has to be precise. It has to be on point, and it should push me to open the email, right? This is just bad. Okay, if you see the body of the email, here is my portfolio. There is a link, which is great, but the link is not clickable again. You should put in the efforts to be able to put the link in the email that is at least clickable, right? So please do that. These are a couple of things that is wrong with this particular email, right? Let's talk about this one. Now this email overall looks really good. So I might have kind of put in over here for wrong reasons. So let's skip that. Let's talk about this one. Okay. Now, again, if you see this body of the email, the text is going all over the place. It's floating in the email body. The person is trying to create a funnel of sorts. Okay. So Rishikesh, please don't do this. It just looks all over the place. And readability is not proper. It just doesn't look pretty. Okay, add more spaces, make sure that there are no random gaps between the sentences. So it's for those reasons I think this email is not very professional, and a lot of things could have been improved in this particular email. Moving forward, another one is from Dania Anvo. The problem with this email again is readability. There is just one big paragraph, no spacing, no white space, random links all over the place. It's very hard for me to understand what link is for what, right? I will have to read every word. You have to understand, busy people, they are not reading every word of your email. They're just looking for some relevant things and then they'll just click on it. Okay, they just want to save their time as well. So understand from their perspective. That's why big paragraphs never work. Okay, that's why this is not a good email. Last one is from Kinshuk Sehgal. This email is properly written, good white spaces, small sentences. But there is a major problem with this particular email that I received, okay? If I go to the portfolio, there are 4 folders. If I click on this particular folder, there are 10 folders. If I go inside that. There are, again, I don't know, it keeps loading, the folder is so heavy. Again 4 folders. Bro, I am not going to go inside folder after folder after folder. I need to see 2-3 good videos or the thumbnails that you've designed. Okay, so just give it to me ASAP. Okay, do not send me your entire portfolio. Half of these things would be irrelevant for me. Okay, so there is a lot of resistance against to kind of even have a look at your work. And if I'm unable to look at your work quickly, the chances of me replying to your email goes down. Okay, so those were some of the emails, guys. I hope you found some insightful, actionable steps out of this particular video. And if you like the video, please smash the like button. If you're watching me for the first time, subscribe to the channel. And if you want me to post more videos like these, press your bell or notifications on. If you like this video, you'll love my newsletter. The link is in the description. It's absolutely free. I send one newsletter publication every week on Wednesday around business, marketing, and growth. That's all for this video. I'll talk to you next week.